From Indianapolis, Indiana, this is the Double Take Sports Talk Show with the Watch Brothers. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your hosts, Darrell and Darren Watts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Double Take Sports Talk with the Watts Brothers. With me, Darren Watts. Say hello to Darrell Watts II. D-Dub, what's going on?
Yo, what's shaking, everybody? Welcome to our podcast, Darren Watts. What's happening?
Not much. Here for another podcast. Welcome.
Another podcast, yes.
Welcome to another podcast. Excuse me. All right. So, of course, we have on the menu, we have our Quiz-mania question of the day. And then we have Double Take Sports Court. Today is going to be about Jameis Winston, Sammy Sosa, and the Austin River Martin Gartach trade. Have all of our thoughts on all of those. We'll specifically get into the Sammy Sosa and why I picked Sammy Sosa when Double Take Sports Court comes. And then, of course, Jameis Winston is going to be about his 3-game suspension.
Yep.
Darrell, ready?
It's rocking.
Let's do it. Quiz-mania, question of the day. Darrell, when you're good and ready, floor is yours.
All right, Darren, this is going to be a very interesting one. It might be an easy one for you in researcher style, I should say. It's going to be very interesting. So, you ready to hear this one?
Not really.
All right. Here's Quiz-mania question of the day. In the NBA's last lockout was in 2011. When was the MLB's lockout? The last lockout.
Okay.
I'm saying it's going to be pretty easy for you in the researcher style, so that's kind of like a different term for the better, I should say, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
All right. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Quiz-mania question of the day. Darren will give out the answer later on in our podcast. So, moving forward to DTST, Double Take Sports Court. Darren, whenever you are good and ready, the floor is yours.
Okay. Got the 3 topics that we wanted to talk about on Double Take Sports Court. First one, we're going to, talk about Jameis Winston real quick. Thoughts, opinions about Jameis Winston. He got suspended he got officially suspended for the first 3 games of the regular season. He will not appeal this because this is a part of the deal that they had came up with. He assaulted a Uber driver, I believe. And he is now going to be serving his 3 games when the season starts. Darrell, what's your thoughts about Jameis Winston?
If you talk about the base of the suspension, or you talk about the base of a player?
Anything you want.
Okay. Now, I like Jameis Winston. I do. But my problem is that he has to prove more that he is a reliable player. And with him getting into all these troubles with law and stuff like that, even though people are still questioning that ordeal, it's kind of making him look good for the worse. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. Look good for the worse. When he's on the football field, he looks good. He looks excellent. He has his good games. He has his bad games. But then when it's off the field, even in college, he got himself into some trouble that really kind of changes the leagues, rather than NCAA or the NFL. It changes the tune a little bit. But as a team player, it kind of now questions the play of how Tampa Bay is going to move forward when it comes down to them competing for a playoff spot and stuff like that, which they've been doing since he started, as a starting quarterback. And all they've been doing was just battling for playoff spots. And now that he's going to be gone for 3 games, could this be for the better for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Now, although when Tom Brady got suspended, it worked out just well because they ended up winning the Super Bowl. I'm not going to comment any further on that. But the whole point is that this suspension could come as a better resort for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or it could come out to be the worst for the Buccaneers.
I could be wrong, which I'm trying to make sure I got the right confirmation on this, but I'm not finding anything to make sure that this is right. But if I'm correct, I'm not finding it. Yeah, I'm not finding it. But I'm going to say, just to say it, and then I'll get confirmation here in a minute. I'm supposed to say that Ryan Fitzpatrick is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers backup quarterback. Will most likely start in his spot if that is the case. Will this be a breakout for Ryan Fitzpatrick's first 3 years? His first 3 games as Tampa Bay quarterback.
Depends. Now, when you with, New York? When he was with the Jets, he didn't look too good.
Well, they didn't have a good coach either.
They didn't have a good coach. They didn't have good receivers. They didn't have a good offensive line. So that kind of hurt. But it may. I don't think it will in that sense. But, of course, you never have to eliminate the fact of how not a good quarterback could go against another team. So I don't think with Ryan Fitzpatrick actually starting, I don't think it's going to affect anything. I really don't. The NFC South is already strong enough. You got the Falcons.
Yeah, it is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Okay. You got the Falcons. You got the Saints. And then you got the Panthers. Them 3, wasn't it last year or the year before last, them 3 teams was battling for the title and the last 2 playoff spots?
Mm-hmm. Just like
Tampa
the
Bay.
NFC North. It seems like they always battle it out for the playoff spot in the NFC North.
Yeah. But see, if that makes Tampa Bay a little bit better, you would say, versus any other team, because they were still, pretty much battling for a playoff spot. But it just didn't look good when it came down to applying the pressure and up the ante when it came down to a game or 2 less in the regular season. But I don't think it will affect anything for the Buccaneers. But the problem with this, Darren, that everybody is kind of looking at is the inconsistency of how James Winston's suspension versus Ezekiel Elliott's suspension. Because of the fact that Ezekiel Elliott got suspended for 6 games, and I believe that was it his girlfriend that recanted her story after the fact?
Something like that.
It was something like that, and Jameis Winston assaulted the Uber driver and stuck to the story, and this whole ordeal, he gets suspended for 3 games. Maybe this could have been flipped. I don't know. I just want to know your thoughts about
I'm just gonna be honest. Any type of abuse to me should serve an equal fair trade of their suspension, and it shouldn't be one person get this amount, other person get this amount.
Mhm.
If a person assaults, if an NFL player assaults somebody else, it should be set. This is what you're getting, right? If you want it or not. You know the rules. Be done with it.
Mhm. Now you look at Ray Rice. You look at Ray Rice. Now he got a permanent ban on him. He's got a permanent ban in the NFL for assaulting his dead fiance. And there was proof alongside that proved that he actually did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Ezekiel Elliott, then you have Jameis Winston, and they have these different types of suspensions. And some of that stuff just don't make 100% sense.
What I don't know is I don't know if they actually had video that actually showed Ezekiel Elliott doing what he did and
Right.
Jameis Winston doing what he did versus what
Right.
Ray Rice did. Ray Rice was all shown, and it was just, to me, that was very heartbreaking for me to even try to watch.
It was. That to me showed a great deal of disrespect, not only towards the NFL, but towards his dead fiance. And then on top of himself, that made him look like, excuse my French, a total, complete asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Yeah, it's sad, and I don't really blame the NFL for doing what they did. I really
Me
don't,
neither. Me neither.
because I don't condone the hitting of women, and that's just how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Jameis Winston, I don't know what his situation is. I don't know what Ezekiel Elliott's. Was it a girlfriend?
Something like that.
Well, I don't know that whole situation like that. I haven't really.
I haven't even kept up with it, so that's one thing that
I don't know how that rolls. I really don't. I honestly don't.
Mhm.
But
That's
not with Ezekiel Elliott. I had to read more on that, so
right.
I don't know about that. So
Absolutely. I got
that's
that.
just my opinion. So with that being said, let's move on along. Let's move it on down to one Sammy Sosa, one of the best Cubs players in their franchise. Besides, I had somebody in mind. I forgot who it was. Can't even remember.
I'm sorry, that's the only one I can think of.
There was somebody else. I forgot who it was. It was back in the 1900s. I can't think of who he is.
I think it Ernie Banks.
Bingo. Thank you. Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks. Sammy Sosa still denies using PEDs after Mark McGwire in 2010 actually admitted that he used it. Darrell, is this a thing of shame for Sammy Sosa? Or do you actually
Absolutely.
believe that he didn't use it?
No, absolutely, no, man. He used it.
So this is shame on his behalf, but not wanting to admit it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If Mark McGwire, in my personal opinion, I respect Mark McGwire for actually manning up to the fact that he did use it
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
There are a lot of MLB players that actually do admit at the end, which they should have done in the first place,
Yeah.
actually admitted that they did use, use banned substances and stuff like that. And then there's some that actually just sits out there and deny. You got Roger Clemens. You got who's the main culprit of it?
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. And there's another one, Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, I caught him. I caught Barry Bonds. I want to say 2005. I knew he was taking it 2005 or 2010, one of the two. And then Alex Rodriguez, spot on 2000.
Yeah, spot on.
Pinpointed 2003 when he first took steroids.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just like, the more that you actually deny this, the more you actually
your body language shows that it does.
Yeah, your body language is showing that you're taking this type of banned substances. And if Sammy Sosa don't admit this stuff, then it's going to haunt you. Now, if you actually have proof that you did not take these banned substances, I'll be the first to say, yeah, he was absolutely right and he'd been right from the beginning.
Well,
but I'm sorry, but this is not the first time he has been caught cheating.
Yeah.
Remember the cork bat?
Yeah.
That's one of them, and
So this one, the Times reported that Sammy Sosa's name did come up among 104 players that tested positive in 2003 before the Major League Baseball instituted penalties for a positive test.
he was among how many players?
104. So now he's still denying that he took it.
So that tells you right there that if you didn't take it, well, I think it's time that you admit that you do it. Admit that you did do it. I mean, why are you still denying something from what year was it? That 2003?
That he was amongst 104 players that was
Yeah.
tested for 2003. Same year that Alex Rodriguez did it, in my personal opinion.
Oh, but they investigated him in what, 2005?
2009.
2009. Yeah, that's one thing. That just tells me that he probably has a lot more that he is hiding from. I mean, your career is over and it's been over. What you hiding? What you running for? What are you proving?
If this
You're
is
not.
if this is an updated article that I'm reading from ESPN, look like it is. If this is updated, yeah, this is updated. His interview is going to be on ESPN. His full interview is going to be on E60 on ESPN. What airs on E60 this Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN.
Wow. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see that because there's a lot of people that would still claim their innocence.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry Bonds being one of them, claiming his innocence. So I think he didn't take.
I think about Barry Bonds.
Took that to court and everything.
Everybody and their mama and their daddy and the entire family, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, everybody and their mama knows that Barry Bonds is taking steroids. Everybody. And if you don't believe it, then something is extremely wrong with you. It is very obvious that he is taking steroids. Now, Alex Rodriguez, you can't see it with him. You have to look at his performance to be able to know that, because he didn't gain anything from it. He just improved performance-wise, because I never thought that he was that good anyway. How did you just jump from being that good just in the instant of a video game? Don't work out like that.
You see, here's the problem. Yeah, here's the problem. What I think with that is that I think Alex Rodriguez took it to help improve his injuries, heal his injuries quicker. And that also improved on his performance. Didn't make him bigger, it just improved his performance.
He took it.
Illegally. Yeah, of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did.
My personal
and
he took it.
And Sammy Sosa, you could tell on him because just like Barry Bonds, he got bigger.
Yeah, Sammy Sosa got bigger.
He got bigger.
Well, I would have never suspected Sammy Sosa anyway, because Sammy Sosa,
me neither.
Him and Mark McGwire have always been good with hand-eye coordination with the ball. They always have been good with that. So it would never be something you would expect. But Mark McGwire did get bigger.
Yeah, he did get bigger.
Mark McGwire did get bigger.
He got bigger. And that showed me right there that even though they wasn't obvious towards Sammy Sosa, it also showed me that could have been also for performance reasons, not necessarily to get bigger or to gain muscle, no, nothing like that. It was just to improve their performance versus, gaining weight and then trying to improve their performance. It was just about performance. Because they both had good, like you said, they both had good hand-eye coordination, and they both was able to actually get out of town when it came down to, hand-eye coordination. They was able to do it there.
Yeah. With that being said, let's switch on over to the last topic of Double Take Sports Court. We got the Marshall Gortat and Austin Rivers trade. Washington said it was time for Marshall Gortat to go. You agree with that?
Yeah, but I don't know what it's going to do for the Wizards.
Nothing. You just get another
If
guard.
they,
You just got another guard for what? Now you have no center. Marcus Morris was gone a long time ago. Was it Marcus Morris? No.
I think
Yeah,
it was
Marcus
Marquise.
Morris. No, Markeith. Yeah, it's Markeith Morris. I don't know if
I think Marcus is Boston.
Yeah, he's Boston. Twins. They're
Yeah,
hard to
killer.
recognize. Markeith Morris is about your best option. Now you get rid of Marshawn Gortat.
What did I mention in the headlines, Darren? Didn't I mention that who was trying to pursue DeAndre Jordan? I don't remember.
Dallas Mavericks.
Well, that's also another good option, too. I think the Mavericks need to consider, too. But at the same time, the Wizards should have been trying to pursue DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, but very slim chance that DeAndre Jordan is going to go to the East. I think he's going to stay in the West.
Well, I mean, you always think about the impossibles when it comes to that, but DeAndre Jordan, he could have been open to it, in my honest opinion.
Yeah.
Like Griffin did. Well, he got forced into it, but, which was the dumbest mistake that the Clippers ever made, in my personal opinion.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't even so much of Chris Paul. It was Blake Griffin. That's just me. And the Wizards just got another guard, and what are you proving when you got Bradley Beal, John Wall, and now Austin Rivers as your backup to either Bradley Beal or third bench? Or unless they picked up a center in the NBA draft, which I don't know nothing about, I could look. I was just here to talk about it. I could look and actually see if they did actually pick up a center. I don't think they did. I think they probably picked up a forward / well, maybe they probably.
I think Washington might want to try to go after Dwight Howard. He's going to be bought out by the Brooklyn Nets once he's
I don't think
by the Hornets.
I don't think they're going to get him. I really don't. They could use it, but I don't think they're going to get him.
No.
I don't think they're going to get him.
And then you got another one. I think would be a good option would be Alex Lynn. Greg Monroe would be another one.
Yeah, Greg Monroe's another good one. See,
they got some.
And
They got some ones out there. They got some out there.
Here's some jacked up. The Wizards in the 15th pick, they picked the shooting guard, Troy Brown.
That should have been used to pick a center. They knew they were
Boom. Boom.
You just didn't pick up a center.
Boom. Just my point. See, and what they do, did they even get a second round pick?
They probably didn't even get that.
Got another guard, a point guard.
But what?
They picked up a 6'4". They picked up a 6'4" point guard.
For what?
He looks foreign, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, dear. I don't know. Now, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest about this. The Pacers was a lot more smarter in the draft versus the Wizards. I'm just being honest about it. In the second round, the Pacers picked up a forward.
Something they need.
You need. Ain't so much of that.
You take care of your needs.
Yeah, you take care of your needs. We already got Victor Oladipo, so we're good on that. We can always Victor Oladipo can make his players look good around him. He's a Magic Johnson in my personal opinion, but in a minor perspective. So, by him just winning the most improved player,
yeah.
What John Wall gonna do? John Wall is good when John Wall wants to be good. Yeah. Bradley Beal is good when Bradley Beal is good.
Or when John Wall is good.
Yeah, or when John Wall is good. And y'all believe that Marcin Gortat, y'all believe that he should have been gone. If you want my honest to God opinion, I'm just being dead honest. If there was one person that should go for the Washington Wizards, it would be Bradley Beal. Not Marcin Gortat, Bradley Beal.
That's interesting coming from you.
Yes. Yes. You a shooter. You should have been shooting your lights out all the way to the second round against the Cavs. I'm just being honest about it. What are you doing? Bradley Beal should have been gone, not Marcin Gortat.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah. That's just in my personal opinion. That's what I believe. I'm sticking to that theory. I think Bradley Beal should be gone, not Marcin Gortat. Even though he's not a paint protector, I can see that. He's not a paint protector, but he is your wingspan. He can stretch the court. He can stretch the court.
Washington only got 3 guards. Now, which makes Austin Rivers 4.
Yeah, that makes 4.
Well, the thing is that Jody Mix is suspended for the first 19 games of the season, for next season, for violating terms of the NBA NBPA anti-drug program.
Doesn't make a difference. You're still going to have to trade up to get another a forward or a center. So what? You already got 4 guards. That was just – that's the reason why they traded, I think, Marcin Gortat for Austin Rivers was because of Jody Meeks. That's probably just me. I don't know much. But that's why I think they probably did end up getting Austin Rivers. I think, in my personal opinion.
At least they still got Jan Mahimi. They still got him.
Man, they need paint protectors, man. They need
I don't
paint
know who
protectors.
Smith is. I have no idea who Smith is.
They need paint protectors.
Well, Jan Mahimi is just an old person that's a paint protector.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. But they still need a paint protector. Bradley Beal should have been gone.
That's the whole half of the Wizards right there.
Seriously?
I'm just saying. There will be half the Wizards gone right there, because that's half of team chemistry gone. Well, it's already gone anyway. With Marcin Gortat already gone, that's already half of it right there.
What the furthest they were going? Either out of playoff conditions or the first round. I've hardly seen them make it to the second round.
No, it's been a minute.
I haven't even seen them make it to the conference finals.
They haven't. I don't think they have since the John Wall era. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Somebody's got to go. Bradley Beal. That's just me. I think Bradley Beal should have been the one to go. Why Marcin Gortat? Why? What has he done to not prove that he should have been gone? You have John Wall and Bradley Beal putting up monster numbers, and that wasn't even enough to get them out the first round. Are you freaking kidding me? Bradley Beal, get him out of here. If I was playing 2K18, my GM league, he'd have been the first gone. Depending on the cap space.
And think about that. That's probably what they got to think about for a minute.
Yeah, I just had to think about that too. Yep.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, oh God, I hope and pray they at least has a team option. And that could have freed me up a lot of money.
Oh yeah. It might happen. You never know. It might happen. It might just happen.
It might just happen. I don't know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That does it for our Double Take Sports Court. Let's go ahead and let's knock out this Quiz-mania question of the day.
Okay. All right. Before Darren gives out his question for the Quiz-mania, let's repeat this. The Quiz-mania answer. Let's go back and reread this question. The NBA's last lockout was 2011. When was the MLB's last lockout? And they call the MLB's player strike. That's what they call it. So what was the last MLB's player strike?
April 2nd, 1995.
Well, you're wrong. They were still in the player strike during that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When was it?
It started August 12th, 1994, and it ended April 12th, 1995. So there was no World Series, no postseason, none of that. It lasted 232 days, and 948 games were canceled during that season.
I didn't read it all the way through. If I sat down and read it, I would have gave it. I didn't read it. I just looked at a date, and that was it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I don't remember where it's at, but you remember that poster picture of Garfield and another guy struggling to open the door?
Yeah.
And it said push instead of pull. And he just sitting there just looking like, and it just said reading makes life a lot easier.
Yes. It goes to me. Would have made crap a lot easier had I read this.
Yep, had you read it, reading would have made life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yep, if you would have kept reading, you would have got it.
Yep, the strike began on Friday, August 12th, 1994. Resulted in the remainder of that season being canceled, including the postseason, and for the first time since 1904, the World Series. The strike was suspended on April 2nd, which was the beginning of the 1995 season after 232 days.
Right.
Had I sat down and read, I would have figured it out. Didn't read.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Poor dear.
Yeah.
Poor dear.
Yep.
Instead of taking out a defender, he's just going to put him to sleep. Reading makes life a lot easier.
Actually, the defender put me to sleep.
The
defender put me to sleep. I'm just sitting there like Porter Jr., where he sat there and was just staring out of space. I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was LeBron James. Ran off a screen and he just standing there. What are you doing, dude? This dude ran behind your back and already on the other side of the court. He had to chase after him.
Just like James Harden. James Harden was the same way.
And LeBron James was too, with Lance Stevenson.
Yep.
Sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping. Well, we've done it a couple times. I've done it on 2K too.
Oh, I do it all the time. All the time.
If we ain't having a good possession to where we're either trying to fight off a pick or just playing good defense, we're sleeping.
Yep, sleeping.
And that's probably 80% of the time.
Yeah, because it gets boring when they just stand there in the corner or standing at the top of the key.
Or just sitting there twirling their thumbs. You're not doing anything. You're not helping the situation.
Playing footsie with both their legs. I'm good. It gets boring. It gets boring.
Yeah, you're right on that. It definitely gets boring. It gets boring. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Quiz-mania question of the day. So, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to our final thoughts. Darren, you got anything for us?
Absolutely not. Actually, let me take that back. Just one thing. Just remember that we are on Twitch. Catch us at Darren Watts 14 on Twitch and Twitter, and at Love University with Darrell, Twitch and Twitter.
Yep.
We'll be on here in the next few minutes now that we speak.
Yep, we'll be on it. Of course, and probably by that time, we've already been long recorded on live a long time ago.
Yep.
So
I will be on Friday night. I will be on Saturday night, and most likely Sunday also.
Yep, I'll be on also. It'll just be late during the night. I'll be on. It'll just be late during the night.
I'll probably join you this Saturday. I'll probably join you Saturday. Probably Sunday. I'm not sure yet. Okay. I'll let you know.
Sunday be pretty much the end of that. Okay.
That's all I have.
All righty. Interesting. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I do have something. I want to share some shout outs from previous users that have commented on either our YouTube videos, podcast, or our social media, Instagram or some. I think it's more Instagram. So, the first person I want to give a shout out to is the username from Instagram, Baseball Flip. Commented, amazing Instagram page, puts up some emojis. We appreciate your feedback, appreciate the love. Thank you for sending us your comment.
Absolutely.
Another Instagram username goes by the name of Laura Escuredo. Used the Spanish term muy guay. Spanish term, so I'm going to translate that into good English, which means very cool. Put some emojis up herself. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for your comments. We appreciate that very much. And also another Instagram user. This was coming from when we had posted about our Twitch. We were streaming live. Another username, D Gaming Production. I'm pretty sure a lot of people has heard of him because he's got pretty much a handful of subscribers on Twitch and on Instagram. He commented, great post. Just followed you. Would love one back. Keep up the great work. We appreciate your support, and we followed him back, and boom, the rest is history. We appreciate your comment. Appreciate the love. And lastly but not least, one of our last week videos, I believe it was last week. It was last week's video. Logix has commented on our one of our podcasts of last week. He put awesome video. Peep recent. Thank you for your comment. We appreciate that. Thank you for the love. Now, that is all I have for shout outs. Of course, there's nothing else. We can go ahead and wrap this baby up and get on out of here.
Let's do it.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. How do you stop lipping what I say?
Whatever.
You're going to make me turn heel here in a minute.
You already heel.
Whatever. Anyway. If you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show, you can just comment in the comment section as usual. Of course, on the social media sites of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you can comment. If you have any questions in particular, I know you're doing it now. If you have any questions otherwise you wouldn't have been putting yourself off screen like this. But I'm not even going to pay you no mind now. If you have any questions for us in particular, do not have to be sports related. It could be anything that you want. Just hit us up. If we like it, of course we do like it, we're going to share it on the air as usual. We're on iTunes. Download our episodes, YouTube, of course, subscribe and watch. But until then, I'm Darrell. Darren's on the opposite side.
Yep.
All right, catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, what a jerk. Ciao.
Thought I didn't get that game. I was going to get mad.
Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darrell Watts. Now, there's an understatement that always goes, and it's always been true from day one when sports decided to come out, is that it can be very unpredictable. And of course, that's always been the statement that's always been so true. And depending on how you look at it, it can be very unpredictable. But with Double Take Sports Talk, we just throw some entertainment in there. Even if we don't get predictions right or theories don't come out right, we always just throw a little entertainment into the mix. So why not just have a little fun with it? That's how predicting can be so fun if you make an entertainment out of it. But other than that, of course, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But anyway, we're on social media around the globe here. We're on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can hit us up on our fan page at the Watch Brothers. You can hit us up on Twitter at DTST2414. And, of course, you can hit us up on Instagram, Double Take Sports Talk. So, YouTube, subscribe. You can share. You can do all the good stuff. Do anything that you like. We're just trying to grow a podcast here, folks. We're also on the iTunes. You can download our episodes there. We're on the video, of course, and we're on the audio portion too. So either way that you can enjoy this podcast, you can do it audio, we do it on video. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the podcast. And until then, ciao.